2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
TK Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and bringing from the sideline our Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Recap the Boston Celtics and the Chicago. And the Bulls start out with the ball. So the first quarter now underway as we begin the Eastern Conference Finals. And now the opening lineup for Boston. We've got Russell. Bird is out there with Kevin McHale. Then it's Jones. And it's Cousy in at the point. Now here's Love. 5 to shoot. Floats one up. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Love.
How about the touch right there, guys? I mean, when Rose gets a chance to go with the floater, he takes advantage of it.
Kicks it out to Jones.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Chicago with the ball. Rose passes to Gilmore. He dishes it to Love. Kevin McHale pulls it in.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Rose kicks to Love. And it's Jordan atop the key. And it's Jordan slamming it down.
And the high-flying antics of Jordan simply awesome. One of the best dunkers this game has ever seen.
Cousy passes to Russell. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. Jones, no luck. Outside Pippen. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And Scottie Pippen so good at surveying the floor. Like seeing him find the open man with those sweet dishes.
Russell looking around. On the wing, Jones. Over Jordan. Misses off the left eye.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Rose. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here's Cousy, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Boy, much respect for the defense of Jordan. I mean, he gives his all on this end of the floor. I mean, fantastic at getting his hands up to block shots.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. On the basket by Jones.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
To the inside, and stolen by Russell. To the middle. Cousy with the bucket.
I tell you, Cousy is pretty crafty down there on the block. Has that sense of how to score in traffic.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for Chicago. Passes it to Jordan. They get a hand on it. Rose against Jones. Out to Bird. Shoots over Pippen. And another basket for Boston.
Just such great consistency on that jump shot. Even though he's not always squared up, Bird terrific in the catch and shoot game.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And a whole new group out on the floor for these fellas. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Sloan finds Butler. Here's Sloan, light covering. And it's Butler missing.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Havlicek outside. Outside, White. Shot clock at 6. Garnett outside. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Bulls trail by 4. Outside, Rodman. Here's Sloan, light covering. Sloan deciding where to go with it. Looking to end the run. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
How about that team-first mentality that Sloan brings to the game, that does a little bit of everything on offense and plays with a ton of passion defensively.
And the first one at the line is good. Sloan hits them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Havlicek dishes to Garnett. A minute 20 left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Havlicek from downtown. Drops in the tray.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, we've talked about this often. Hondo does a lot of things that help you win. They're from deep range. That'll help spread the floor, too.
Sloan passes to Rodman. Here's Gilmore. And there's the feed to Dang.
And Dang brings a lot to the table. I mean, a terrific defender, and he's very reliable as a scorer at all 3 levels.
And guys, let's get Wilson on the Sloan breakdown so far for Boston.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking down that mid-range jump shot.
Pass to Allen. Shoots. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Bulls trail by 6. Here's Sloan. Dishes to Dang. Now the pass to Sloan. Hits the jumper in space. Boston leading by 4. Now Rondo. Allen outside. Oh, good on the 3. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Boston on top as they end the first quarter with a 13-5 run. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Chicago right now, Dang out there with Rodman. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Gilmore. in at the 5 spot. So it's Chicago now after the three-pointer from John Havlicek. Here's Butler. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And Butler's ball skills now pretty tight for a wing guy. He's excellent at creating for himself on offense.
Now here's Parrish. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And that one drops for him. Rondo's got the lead up to 7 now for the Celtics.
And you know he's finishing when he gets that close. Count it.
Butler on the wing, defended by Allen. Butler against Havlicek. Butler, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And it's Havlicek missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Pierce against Butler. On the clock. Lets it go from 14. And it's good, 2 points. Butler's got 4 this quarter.
Quick on the roll there. The speed of Butler makes him a problem for the defense.
Rondo kicks to Pierce. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Celtics passing it around. And Rondo with the basket on the assist by Parrish. Rondo's got 5.
And every now and then, Rondo will surprise you with the occasional triple, showing it off there with range.
Chicago calls timeout.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Here's Rose. Out to the wing. Love the pass to Jordan. Back to Love. 6 on the shot clock. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. Celtics leading by 6. Here's Kuzma. Kicks it to Bird. Allen passes to Bird. Clock at 6. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Rose with the ball. Here's the 3. Rodman kicks to Jordan. Fires the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Now just a 3-point Boston lead.
Jordan really confident rising up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he sinks these outside jumpers.
Bird outside. Pippen with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Rose gets a wide open look. No good. That would have tied it. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Boston. Like the pass to Collins. Launches it. Hits the 3-point bomb. And the Celtics lead by 6.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication. And now he's able to make them pay.
The drive by Jordan.
Watching Jordan take it to the rim. I love it, man. Looking determined to at least force the defense to foul.
Here. First free throw is good.
Well, when you watch MJ, Michael Jordan, the championship mentality is obvious. He gives his team everything he has to win games, and then some.
Celtics leading by 4. outside, White. And the rejection by Pippen.
And it's always been about the effort defensively for Pippen, known as a stopper and a fantastic shot blocker to boot.
Passes to White. Here's Collins, guarded by Jordan. White against Jordan. White drives in, lays it up and banks it in. White's got his first 2 points. 1:32 left in the first half of the game. Chicago calls timeout. .29 left to play here in the second quarter. Love the pass to Rodman. Here's Rose. And Boston with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Here's Jordan. Knocks down the step-back Jay. Jordan's got 9.
Jordan has no problem with being closely guarded because it doesn't bother him in the least.
There's 49 seconds left to play here in the half. White the pass to Bird. Score the basket, his third after 5 shots.
And you know, in the painted area, Bird has a variety of moves, can take you either direction and finish with either hand. He's a nightmare to defend, and believe me, I woke up in sweats many a times dealing with that guy.
Rose, no good. Boston leading by 8. Left side, Jones. Garnett. It's good on the putback.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
To the paint, and stolen by White. From deep.
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
And so it's Boston, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Back to the action after this word.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. What a showing tonight. A sold-out building is where the action is happening. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Looking at Boston, boy, have they ever started this series off on the right foot. They've thrown down the gauntlet here in Game 1 with their intensity and effectiveness on both ends of the floor. Now, they've got a little bit of an intimidation factor going into the second half. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebound. Those second chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap. You never heard me say scrap heap before. I mean, I don't even know what it means. It just sounds good.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on the Bulls.
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And here we go, heading back to the action here in the Eastern Conference Finals. We've seen Michael Jordan really having a great game.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. On the floor for Boston, we've got Bird. McHale is out there with Russell. Then it's Jones, and it's Cousy in at the point guard position.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Now here's Bird. He has 6. Shoots over Pippen. Chicago grabs the miss. Gilmore's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Rose. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Kevin McHale.
Boy, Rose is a marvelous athlete who's really good at taking it to the cup. And he's hard to cover because of it.
It's his first trip to the line. No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line.
Well, I tell you what, this guy gives you everything he's got when he's out there. And that's what you love about Derrick Rose, how fierce he is as a competitor.
On the wing, Bird, guarded by Pippen. And Bird, here we go. Bucket is good. Bird's got 8.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Rose. He has 5. Bounce pass from Love. Jordan kicks to Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the 3. And the 3 ball is good. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
It was once a weakness, his outside shot, but for Rose now, he's lethal from outside. He's worked really hard to become so.
Cousy. Sweet little floater. And the Celtics lead by 14.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Chicago calls timeout.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Butler kicks to Sloan. Pass to Rose. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. 6 to shoot. Goes against Butler. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Boston.
You see the physicality. I mean, Butler never backs away from a challenge now. This guy is really one of the more competitive guys in the league.
For Chicago, they have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. That free throw, no good.
And you know, Butler has elevated himself to one of the game's all-star players, an all-around player who thrives on competition.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Robert Parrish has checked in for Russell, and Allen subbed in for Kevin McHale. And the second free throw, good.